Everyone. There's a lot of people on here I think that I've never met. And some of you, I may have met you. And if I met you a long time ago, I apologize. But hi, I'm Joel. And I'm excited. Today. Okay. Because there are a lot of scenarios where I might be doing a little bit of role play with one of you, or we might be going back and forth where I'm the agent, you're the loan officer, depending on what subject we are working on. Okay. So first of all, I just want to give you a little overview. This is an interesting group because a lot of times people that join crush groups, I usually already know the loan officers or they've seen me somewhere before. Okay, so some of you all have, some of you all haven't. I just want to get you in my head real quick. Okay, I'm a guy. I've been doing this a long time. I don't even want to tell you how long because then you'll be able to guess my age. But I've been doing this a long time. I'm a 50 loan a month originator, purchase loans. Here's a desk, here's a phone, get out of my face, you're on your own. Go talk to agents, loan officer. So I am very referral centric. That is what I am all about. You know, if I told you to make a list of the biggest group of people that could potentially refer you loans, if you didn't say agents first, something's wrong. All right. You might say loans you've already done next. You might say builders next, accountants, financial planners, whatever it is. But realtors are clearly the biggest list. I'm sure everybody agrees with me on that one. That is a massive, big list. Okay. So that is where we have the biggest chance to get the most referrals. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, your job is not to do loans. Your job is to originate relationships. Your job is to create a set of people that refer you people that need you. Okay. So a lot of this is pointed that way. Okay. And if you do about 30% of what I give you to do, most people actually double their units. I'm a big unit guy. I don't talk a lot about volume because we got people here in Pittsburgh and we got people here in, Boston. Okay. You got people in here with an average loan amount of 720, and we got people in here with an average loan amount of 215. Jeff Mountain, you know what I mean? People doing way smaller loans. So I do everything in units because units is the ultimate unit. Units regulate everything. It doesn't really matter. And when I meet loan officers that have $1 million average loan amount and they do 4 loans a month, I respectfully say, cool, what did you do for the other 3.5 weeks of the month? There's no way those loans were that complicated that you couldn't have done more. So if you're doing $4 million loans, well, then fine, be like Brian Minkow, do 40 of them. There's no reason just because you have $1 million average loan amount that you're not doing more units. Units bring more income. Units bring more happy clients to refer you more people. I think we don't have to do the math. I think we have a lot of very experienced loan officers on this call. So I don't need to go through that with you. I think everyone gets that. But that's why I always refer back to units. On these calls, sometimes we used to talk about individual stuff with loan officers. We do not do that anymore because I got some feedback that, Joel, I was a little embarrassed. There's people on the call doing 30 loans a month and I'm only doing 8 and I don't want to talk about it. That's normal, so we don't. But what I will tell you is that if you try to do the stuff I'm giving you to do, most loan officers will double within 12 to 18 months. Okay, this is a marathon, not a sprint. If you're on this call for a shiny object because you think I'm going to tell you something that's going to double your volume next month, I would resign from the call immediately and let me give you your money back because that's not going to happen. I want to teach you all how to progressively take your business from 8 loans to 16 loans to 32 loans and then some. And that doesn't happen immediately. That happens over time. Okay, so the first 2 calls, I want to give you full disclosure, suck. They have nothing to do with sales. It's all organizational. I want to let you know right now, they pretty much suck. Okay, so you don't have to get off the first call and go, why did I join that group? That's stupid. All right, so everyone is on this call to do more loans, correct? You guys can just wave and say yes, okay? Some of you all are on this call to do more loans and hopefully get into my CEO program, where we turn you into a Navy SEAL battalion commander, and then we're going to create branches and load you up with newer loan officers, and we'll talk about all that stuff later. But For me to create those bodies, I have to put people through crush groups. The reason I'm telling you this is if I give you or help you find new loan officers and they're asking you questions and you're not answering the same way I would answer, I'll say this very selfishly, that I don't want to take responsibility. I don't want Casey Crawford calling me going, Joel, why isn't it working in this place? And me have to say, because that guy doesn't listen to me. And I can tell you, he's telling the loan officer stuff I would never say. Okay. So I'm not one of those, it's my way or the highway, or I'm the only guy that's right, but I've been doing this a long time. I've trained thousands of loan officers the correct way. And for those of you that are on board and digging it, I'm excited, once this is done, to keep going down the journey. We have the first CEO, actually manager at Movement, is on the call right now. He has a big Joel. He's a Movement guy, but I just told him turn your camera off. So there was less people with their cameras on. Okay. So he's on here as well. He'll be at President's Club, but he's on here as well. Okay. So that's exciting. So next week, everyone, Jen Ashley. Yes, I'm calling you out right now. Jen Ashley, can you hear me? Make sure you're not on your phone next week. You're going to need your phone in your hand next week. Very important. Just for next week, don't take this call on your phone. Everybody good? Just for next week. Or if you're in a place, I see Dan or Daniel. I don't know whether you're Dan or Daniel. I'll learn that quick. Dan, if you're in a place, I'll just tell you to probably pull over. You know what I mean? And get on an iPad or something so you can have your phone in your hand.
Yeah,
All right.
I pulled over, Joel. And I don't
Okay.
care. Daniel, doesn't matter.
Okay, all good, all good. So everyone, remember next week, phones in hand. I'm going to need you in your phone. Literally, I'm going to have my phone, and we're going to be doing some stuff in our phones. Okay, because you guys are carrying around weapons that we use 1% of, and I want to teach you how to use your phone a little more effectively. Okay, and there's some people on here. Chad and Jeff Mountain already know some of this stuff, but they're just going to get to hear it again. Okay, but I want to really weaponize your phone for you, and you need it in your hand for me to do it. Okay, so week one, let's talk about the most fun thing there is: email. How much fun is email? If I grabbed you guys and threw you up against the wall and said, dripped hot wax on you and said, "What's your real job?" You would probably, under pressure, go, "Well, Joel, what I do is I get up and I try to read and delete email as much as I possibly can all day at 100 miles an hour to just clear my inbox so I can actually see what's in there if I get a new deal." Okay, now, some of you all are going to be better at this than others, but even those of you that think you're really good at this, if I was sitting next to you and over your shoulder, I'm sure I would still be correcting things. So don't check out on me if you're really, really good at this. Just listen all the way through, okay? Everyone that is not on your phones, open your inbox right now and take a little peek at it, okay? You can open it anywhere. Just take a little peek. Is there anybody staring at over 100 unopened email? This is just your main email. Okay. Is there anybody staring at in your inbox hundreds of emails that are open, but they're actually in your inbox? By the way, if the hands aren't up right now, you guys are the biggest liars in the history of lying. Thank you. Okay, Lori, unmute.
Can you repeat that?
Sure. Who said that? I'm sorry.
Mike
Wave
Brown.
at me.
Mike Brown.
Repeat which part, my friend?
The second part. If I was looking at how many open emails that
there's two ways. You guys look in your inbox, and what most of you do, okay, is they're sitting in there. You've opened and you've read them, but they're just sitting in there anyway. So I've had people on this call, like literally, have had 32,000 emails in their inbox before, and we take the nuclear option. We just Control Alt Delete their whole inbox, except for like 100 emails. Well, I'll get more into that in a minute. We just have to go nuclear because it's uncleanupable. Okay. But the bottom line is when I'm done with you all, let me just tell you, I work with some loan officers. There are a couple of them at Movement, so it's easier for you all that close. They're both closing over 40 units this month. When they open their email, the only thing they see is new deals referred or a deal on fire that they have to deal with. Literally, that's it. Okay. That's it. All right. And the reason that is because we're very judicious about what we're letting in our inbox, because your job actually isn't to sit and delete email at 100 miles an hour all day long. Okay. So number one, Lori, why don't you unmute just because you put your hand up? You're the lucky one. You get to talk to me today. Are you just so excited?
No, I'm super
Yeah,
excited.
Joel. Woo.
They're
Okay,
about to call
so
me out, though. I know that.
Lori, tell me what you're looking at. How ugly is it? Is it nuclear? Is it a baby atomic bomb? How nasty is it?
So, inbox that's not organized, 7,974.
That's some rookie shit right there, Lori. I'm telling you, I've had people with 30,000 emails in their inbox before. So,
Okay.
so you should feel good. Okay, so number one, the first thing we're going to do this week for those of you that don't actively use folders, a lot of you use them, but you don't use them the way I would use them. Okay. By the way, folders in your inbox are infinite. You may have as many as you want. Okay. You can also have a folder that says loans, and underneath that folder, you could have 4 category of loans. And then underneath those 4 categories, you could have all kinds of folders for all kinds of different pre-quals. We're going to get into all this stuff later. I'm just giving you an example. Then what you do is you squeeze them together. So when you're looking at your phone, if you're on the street, the only thing you see is loans. And then you would go push the plus or the minus button, and then you would start expanding so you could see what's in there. Okay. Every single thing in your inbox should be in a folder. Everything. Unless it's on fire, okay? Underwriters losing it, changed your income. The processor came back and said, Lori, I need you to help me. This is a bunch of crap. You're in the middle of dealing with it. That's fine. Everything else should be foldered. It should not be in your face. If you are looking at stuff in there, okay, that you don't need to see, it should be in a folder. All right, that's number one. If you don't know how to make folders, it's really easy. You could just Google it when I get off the phone. We don't need to go through how to do it. You just right click, create folder, boom, name it, and you're done. I don't care about the order of your folders right now. I'm going to start ordering your folders in week 10. I just want you to have them. Okay, I don't even care where they are. You could have a folder that says branch. Underneath branch, you could have one that says rates, new products. You could have 10 different folders underneath there. The big joke with me is the people I work with one-on-one, they have a Joel folder and put all my stuff in there and never look at it. They make a big joke. Hey, Joel, want to see the Joel folder? We don't look at your stuff either. Okay. So number 2, how many people have more than 10 email rules? Wave at me. More than 10. Okay. Only a couple. For some of you all, this will be a life-changing call. Okay. You should probably have 1,000 rules. And let me tell you what I mean by that. If you are staring, Lori, unmute again. You thought you could get away from me and you just can't. Unmute again. All right, so Lori, tell me something you're looking at right now that you are going to automatically delete. Right in your face. Appraisal order, docs out, docs in, docs out again, docs in again, docs out, appraisal in, appraisal out. You guys get a gazillion emails. Give me one of them.
New application or new contract received by attorney saying thank you.
Okay, you are going to delete that one, correct? Okay, you should have a rule that says every email that comes like that from that domain in that way automatically goes into a folder. You don't even see it. It just goes right in. Okay. For those of you that do not know how to write rules, I saw some hands go up. Who's got over 100 rules? Who are my serious rule people? Brandon, Chris, Jeff. Okay. You guys all know the power of this stuff. Okay. And if you don't know how to write rules, I'm not going to go through it because you could literally just Google it and figure it out. Once you get good at it, you can write them in about, what would you say, Chris, Alessio? 28 seconds to write a rule, 20 seconds?
About that.
Max, right? To write a rule. Okay. So what I want you to do is, for those of you people that have a lot of rules, I want you to find 5 more. Chris, find 5 more. If you think you're good at it, find 5 more. Okay. That literally is in your face. You know you're going to delete it or move it. Those of you that have no rules whatsoever, I want you to write at least 10 rules. Chris, can you unmute for a minute? This is good. Chris Alessio, sorry. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I think you have a long vowel in your name.
Okay. All right. So, Chris, this is so cool because everyone works at Movement. Chris, give me the big 5 for Movement right now. The big 5 rules for Movement that every person on this call should have, that you have.
I mean, all right. So, new app in, like when I send a link out to a new client and I get their app has been submitted, not complete, not started, but submitted. That rule
Okay.
comes in. That's a pop up that like, hey, we got a live deal, or at least a live pre-qual. Anytime I get So what I do I get a new contract in, I start a folder, and I basically put the loan number, any borrower information,
Chris,
property address, everything.
before you do that, because that's like 800 level for people with no rules. Give me the crap ones like appraisal ordered, appraisal in, all those shitty emails that you guys get, like 6 of the same email. Give me some of those, like they're just movement centric. You guys get pounded with. And anyone else can unmute too if you have them that just
The movement communication one. So like anything that's coming from our marketing team, that just goes into a folder. It doesn't bombard me. I read it later.
Okay, so everyone, that's number one. Everyone on this call should have that rule. I agree. Okay, movement marketing, boom, right in a folder. By the way, everyone, all you freak shows, I just want to let you know I'm with you. All good loan officers are complete type A freak shows. We stare at the ceiling at night, wondering about a social security number we might have put in wrong. These emails are not disappearing, everyone. They're just going in a folder, and you can look at them later. Okay, so it's very important. Don't think these things are disappearing. All right. If you're a freak show and you think you're going to miss something. Okay. So Chris, that was good. Movement marketing. Give me another one that you just get 4 different emails on. That's a total waste.
Yeah. The appraisal ordered one is one too.
Okay. Appraisal ordered. You guys probably get
Paid
10
for.
different ways. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead. Keep going.
E-signed docs,
Okay.
anything that's got to be e-signed. And
Okay.
then all the junk ones, the second it comes in, anything in my other folder, you have a focus folder, you have an other folder, anything on the other folder, it goes right in. If it's really not important or I'll never look at it, it goes right into junk. I don't want it ever in my box again.
Okay. Brandon, unmute because I saw you waving your hand. Any that Chris didn't say that you would call very movement centric that you have a rule for to get it out of your face?
Rate lock. I just looked at it. It has like over 2,000 emails in that one.
Okay, everybody rate lock. Okay, immediately goes into a folder for Brandon. Brandon, anything else that Chris didn't touch that's very movement centric?
Um,
And by the way, anyway, as soon as Brandon's done, if you want to unmute, if you got some, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Brandon, you're off the hook. Mike, anything?
I was going to say, as a manager, I sign time cards. So there's the workday emails that come in all the time.
Okay, so managers on the call. Managers, workday. Thank you. Okay, I see Jeff Mountain nodding. He's got a couple of loan officers. I get that. Okay, so managers, workday. All right, so everybody getting where I'm going with this. Here's what this should look like. There literally should be nothing in your inbox but new deals. If you read it, it should be foldered in the correct folder. It's a lead, it goes in the lead folder. Okay? It's a loan, it goes in a loan folder. Again, I'm going to go very deep on this when we start talking about pre-quals and how I organize Outlook for pre-quals. Okay? I just want you to start getting stuff out of your face. Okay? If you're about to delete something, it should be going to a folder, unless you're deleting something like Chris said he never wants to see. Then you need to do something bad with that and either unsubscribe or make sure you put that in a place you'll never see. And Chris's way is he has a rule where it goes right in junk. Okay, so it's still in there. All right, now here's the other thing I want you to do. This is controversial. A lot of people give me a hard time about this, but I want to explain to you. We're going to talk more about this when we start talking about pre-quals. I would like you to, if you can, set up your email to auto BCC yourself. Auto BCC. Okay? If you cannot do it, you can use CC. Those of you that are shaking your heads like, Joel, you don't know what the hell you're doing. I get too many emails. Let me tell you where I'm coming from with this. We'll talk about this later. When I send an email to follow up to someone, I send the original email. I never search my send. I drop the original in the box. If I have let's say I'm missing docs on a loan, I got a crazy agent, I'm following up with a client, or someone on my team is following up with a client for docs for a W-2 or whatever, I'm going to forward a forward of a forward of a forward of a forward. I'm not forwarding sent mail. I am only forwarding the original mail every single time. It looks different. It's the only way to go. And I'm going to want you doing that when we get to pre-quals, when I teach you how I manage completely insane agents driving you guys crazy. Okay, especially on pre-quals. All right, so if you can figure that out, figure it out. It's really interesting. You guys all work for the same company. but I bet some of you have different versions of Outlook. If you can believe that you will see that when you start playing with it. It's really kind of weird that you do, but it's the same way at every company. I work with probably 20 different mortgage companies. So it's really weird. But okay, so all right, at Movement, that only works with the old Outlook. Okay, so if you have the new Outlook, I want you to just CC yourself, and then as soon as it comes back around, drop it in the correct folder. Okay, so if you're chasing docs, you would put that email right in the folder with the person's last name, right? You know, Smith. Okay, just ask for the Smith docs. Boom, there it is. Drop the original right back in the Smith folder. When you ask again, you forward the original. Okay, everybody with me on that one? Okay, this is important because when we go through my pre-qual management system, which is where you guys lose a ton of money, okay, I'm going to want you to be CCing or BCCing yourself so we can control those animal agents that are hazing you guys all day for pre-quals and all kinds of things. Okay, so it's important that you all are doing it. So the only thing we're going to do this week, all right, now, who's got more than 7,000 emails in their inbox besides Lori, who bravely told me that? Mike, who else? Darren, Brandon. Okay, only 3 people? Really? Am I going to have to like get little spies to come look over your shoulder? Now, this is not unopened. There we go. Justin stepped in. There we go. So this is not just unopened. I mean, all emails sitting in your inbox. Okay. I wouldn't think probably Chris does because it sounds like he's using a lot of rules. Brandon's using a lot of rules and he still has it as well. This is very important that we get this cleaned up now because I'm going to get you all busy and you're going to be doing a lot of cool things. And I don't want all the cool things getting mixed in with all the crap that you are getting in your inbox every day. The other thing I don't want you doing, don't even try to lie to me. I've been around loan officers for 30 plus years and was one at a high level for a long time. I probably closed 10,000 loans myself. Where you sit in front of your computer and literally you think your job is how quick can I delete or move these emails at 100 miles an hour. Like literally you go out to lunch for an hour and you come back to 9 gazillion emails and you're like having like literal AFib because you left the office for an hour. Okay. That should never be happening, everyone. And it doesn't have to happen. Okay. So I just want to start cleaning up now. So when you look at your email, just literally start working backwards. Just start working backwards, okay? And if you get to a point where you don't even know what the hell's in there and you just want to cut, paste, and nuke it, nuke it. If they need you, they'll find you. It's in your deleted anyway. Everybody with me on that? Okay? If you need to nuke it, nuke it. Plenty of great loan officers before you have nuked their inbox, all right? It's definitely still in your deleted, okay? I want everyone that has no rules or only a couple of rules to have at a minimum 10 rules by next week, okay? Those of you that are big rule users, I want to challenge you, Chris and whoever else are people waving at me. Even though you think you're doing it well, Chris, stare at your inbox and see if you're like, oh, crap. Here's another one. Here's another one. Oh, shit. Try to literally get it down to where you got new deals, and deals on fire, which is the stuff you guys have to look at. Now, what I do with the people I work one-on-one with, just so you all know, these people, these animals that do a lot of loans, they don't even really look at their email, okay, unless they're in the 2. They won't even look. And the people that work for them have to text them with the exact time the email went to tell them to read it, or we don't read them. We won't even read it, okay, because I don't want them living in their email all day because that's a loser. Okay, so it would be, you know, Chris would get a text. Hey, Chris, I really need you to look at the email from 1:01 p.m. today on Smith because I need your opinion, or you did it as a 95 with lender paid MI and it's whacked out and I need to change it to a Govy and I got to talk to you, whatever. But I don't want him sifting through all those emails trying to find that. His LOA, his person would have texted him and said, Chris, I need you to look at this specific email, okay? The other stuff we do, I'm just off topic a little bit, is we don't like loan officers. If they're not in the 2, I don't even let them look at the stuff. I don't need loan officers looking at what people are having for lunch, okay, or what's going on with everyone replying all day, okay? So we just tell the staff, we tell everyone, hey, by the way, we're not looking at it. So you can email all you want, but we're not going to look at it. Okay. And then once I find it, I'm going to start putting it in folders. I'm really not going to look at it. Okay. And by the way, that's totally fine. Your job is not to read email all day. I know email's a thing and we got to deal with it, but we need to minimize it and we need to make it so you guys can handle it, because your job is to originate and close a ton of loans. It's not to read email all day. And I think everyone probably agrees. Any disagreeers on that one? I wouldn't think so. Okay. So this week, I want you to take a look at that nasty inbox you're looking at. Okay. Some of you, it sounds like Dan dropped off. I think he disappeared. No, there he is. It sounds like Dan's is probably pretty cleaned up. He's what I call an inbox warrior. He likes nothing in there, which is great. Usually there's a couple people on each call like that, but the rest of us usually have a problem. Okay. And some of you, when I work with teams when I'm working on loan flow with a team with a top producer, one of the biggest complaints from the people on their team, their LOAs and their hybrids or whatever, they'll be like, yeah, Chris replied so fast I couldn't even reply, and then he didn't even give me a chance to handle it. And because Chris, that could be any Chris on this call. I'm not talking. I got 3 Chris's on here. It's just because you're like, oh, I'm going to nail that. I'm going to crush that right now. I'm just going to hammer that out so it's done. Meanwhile, you screwed yourself because you just should have let someone else do it. You didn't need to do it. No one was asking you the question. You were CC'd on it. You just hopped in, and most of the time you usually screw it up. And if I'm talking to your ops people, they'll laugh. They'll be like, oh, great. Chris got involved. Now I got to do it twice. Awesome. He never should have replied that. Awesome. Thanks. Yay for me. Now I have to do it twice. I hear this all the time from ops people. It's very common. Okay. But if you don't even see it, you can't even deal with it, right? So if it's automatically going into a folder, you don't even see it, which is even better. So you can't get in there and be a nuisance. It's why a lot of times with bigger teams I work with, if they have a team email, if they have a like chrislambertteam.com, what we'll do is we'll take chris.lambert@movement.com, remove him from the team email so he can't even meddle in the team emails. So if something comes in, he can't even see it. A contract comes wailing in, Chris grabs it, his whole team's looking for it, and he's messing with it. While he's doing 4 other things, and they're like, what? We just do it so he can't even see it. Okay. And his team knows, hey, if they need Chris Lambert to look at it, they will come get you. But if they don't need you, leave it alone. Okay. So this week, I just want you to look at that email, look at that inbox. I want you to create folders. Every single thing in your inbox that you want should be folderable. 2 different things. There's folders and then there's rules. Okay. Sometimes you are going to move things in a folder. You don't need a rule for a brand new deal. I know what Chris is doing. That's the only reason I stopped him, because he went from kindergarten to PhD in 10 seconds. I know how he's doing it. You guys don't have to do what he's doing, but I know exactly what he's doing. He's hyper organized when the stuff's coming in. Okay. And there are some loan officers that do that, but you don't really even need to do that. You just need to take the Smith referral and make a folder for Smith and drop it under Smith. Okay. You might want it organized by agent, where it goes in the agent that referred its folder underneath all the prequals. Or you might want it done a different way. I don't want to get in your own head. I am going to tell you the way I would like you to do it once we get to prequals. But we're going to start with a bunch of sales, where your business is coming from, listing agent stuff, and then we're going to get into prequals. So that's not till like week 11, week 10 or 11. This is just getting you guys ready to be organized like that. Okay. So rules for stuff that you're deleting or moving all day long, immediately, and never looking at. Brandon Crowther, I don't know where he went. I think he might've disappeared. He he said, Joel, I got 2,000 things sitting in here, and he's never even looked at it, which has proven the point that he never needed it. Okay. And again, for you psycho control freak maniacs, which every great loan officer is, these emails are not disappearing. Chris said it real fast. Alessio said it real fast. He goes, yeah, Joel, I just look at that later. Or like, I look at that at like 6 o'clock at night or whatever. He's scheduled. He knows when he needs to go look in that folder. Okay. He probably has other folders that he looks at like once a month on a Sunday if he's bored. All right. It just depends on what you guys are dropping in there. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Again, sorry, I'm trying to talk really fast because we started later than I would normally start. Anyone have any questions on what we're doing? Does everyone have work to do, including the organized people? That would be a yes. Okay. I want you all to think of it this way. You bought your house 10 years ago. There's this really cool closet. I know you each have one in your home. My wife and I have one, but it's not even a closet. It's a whole room. It's an office. It's like our staging area for who knows what. It's so filled with shit, I can't even describe what the hell is in there. Okay? That's all you're doing. You only have to do this once, everyone. This is not an all the time thing. You just got to dig in and clean out the closet. Okay? That's all you have to do. By the way, you shouldn't be done by next Friday, and it's totally fine. I just want you to start. As those emails come in, when you hang up the phone today, when you guys get right back in your email, as they come in, take a look at it. As soon as you're about to hit that D button, that delete button, go, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to write a rule for this. This is just going right over here. Chris Alessio, he's putting some stuff right in junk. He's like, hey, this is total junk. Okay. Other stuff, maybe it's a read and delete. If it's a read and delete, then just have it put in a folder, read it later. Make sense? Okay? So we're doing two things. We're making folders for everything we need in our inbox, and we're writing rules for stuff that we literally don't need to see, want to see, don't need in our face. Those of you that have been doing this a long time, let me tell you how this works, okay? We got any 25-year people on here? Okay? We got people originating before email, like me. Mike Brown's the only one. Okay, so every time something gets screwed up at corporate, every single time a loan officer yells about something, they all scurry together, drink coffee, and eat donuts, and make a new, oh shit, we got to copy every LO on that. Oh, we got to copy every LO on that. Oh, they yelled one time. By the way, this goes on daily for like 15 years in a row. You guys are now getting copied 9,000 times on everything because they don't want any of you to ever be able to say, I never saw it. Okay, so that's why you have so much shit in your inbox. Okay, and that's why you're like, ugh. Okay, so I want you to just clean it up yourself because corporate's never going to do it. If I call corporate, and I said, hey, could you turn off this for my group for the 12 p.m. crush group? They'll laugh at me and hang up. Okay, they're not going to do it. Okay, because they'll either put them out of compliance. All right. Or they're scared that you're going to yell at them that they never copied you. Hey, well, I didn't know that appraisal was ordered. What do you mean? Yeah, you did. Here's the email. Okay. That kind of stuff. Aram, where are you? Go ahead and ask it. Unmute and ask, and then I'm going to let you guys go.
Yes, I was going to ask you, could you please go over in what instance we have to CC and BCC ourselves?
Every single email for now.
Outgoing email to anybody.
Yeah. And let me tell you why. Because eventually, you will never be in your sent mail again, ever in the history of the world. Your sent mail should actually be zeroed out every day. You don't even need it, okay? I don't want you searching your sent. I want you in it. So let me give you a thing. So Aram, you get a new deal. You can unmute Aram. By the way, am I pronouncing your name correct? Is it
Yes.
Aram?
Yep.
Okay, so Aram, you get a new deal, and you're going back and forth on that deal with somebody, and you're emailing. Okay, I want you to keep the originals. I don't want you going to search for sent mail. I want you to keep the original mail. Okay,
That's what I
because
do
when
now.
you forward original mail, that's like punching someone directly in the throat. Okay, when you do a forward of a forward of a forward of a forward, which is like my move to an underwriter, my move to a cranky agent all over me on a pre-qual, someone that owns 10 7-Elevens, and I literally do not have the tax returns, and I've asked for them like 52 times, and I've copied the agent every time. I'll forward the whole thing to the agent. Hey, check your email. Here's a forward of a forward of a forward of a forward of a forward. You can stop counting at 27. The 27th time I've asked for their tax returns. So if you really want to write a contract, I'm going to need you to get involved and get me the tax returns. Okay? Sorry. But I'm not going to get sent mail. I'm forwarding the forward of a forward. I'm forwarding the original mail. Okay?
Got it. Thank you.
You'll get it as soon as I start having you use it around week 10. You will totally get it, and you will no longer think I'm maniacal. Okay? I just don't want you in your sent mail searching. I want you going right to the folder, grabbing it, and doing what you got to do, and then taking that original mail again and Aram putting it right back in the folder. So right at the top of the folder every time is going to be the last one you sent on the Smith loan.
Got it. Thank
Okay.
you.
So all of this stuff is to get you more organized so you can do more loans. I'll just say one more thing. I've been doing this a long, long, long time. It's really interesting how you close 8 loans a month and you do it every month. And every month, at the end of the month, you come home and you go, oh, that sucked. Oh my God. You know, whatever. Closing 8 loans, could be 10 loans. It doesn't matter. I turn around and hand you 4 more 70 LTV, 805 credit score, slam dunk, work at IBM for 20 years, 400,000 in their checking account deals. Your whole body will implode because you're only used to closing 8 loans. That's what you do. You close 8 loans. I just gave you 4 of the cleanest loans in the history of the world. You'll like literally be like this. It happens to everyone because you're organized to close 8 loans. You're not organized to close 12 or 16. The way you guys roll is you're organized to close what you normally close. Okay. So I want to change that. I want you to be organized. If you're closing 10 loans, I want you to be ready to close 40 loans. No problem. No problem. Like it doesn't whack you out because you started off from a clean slate and you're very organized from the beginning. Okay. And we're going to be doing more organization next week, but we're going to do it in your phone. Next week is a great week. Everyone loves that, meaning getting you organized in your phone. This sucks. Who wants to sit and look at their email? But just do me a favor and do it. Teach yourself. I think Chris agreed with me. It takes less than 30 seconds to write a rule. Once you learn how to do it, you literally, that email comes in, and you go, oh, rule, bam. Okay. Or, you know, in that rule, and it's going in right into a folder you made. Okay. By the way, examples of folders. You could have one that says family. Underneath family, you could have a folder for each kid. You have a folder for your mom. You'd have a folder for your kid's soccer game. I don't know what you got. I don't know what emails you guys use for what. Okay. But you could have a whole, and it's just family, and underneath it is like 10 subfolders. And then you could zip it up to just have family. You have one for loans, one for branch. You could have one that says movement. You could have one, I don't know. Okay. I don't want to get in your head how you look at stuff. I know how I look at stuff, but I don't want to force you to look at it the same way as me. Okay. I want you to look at it the way you want to look at it. I just want you to look at it really, really organized. Okay. We're 15 minutes over and I apologize. All right. Next week, we'll definitely start on time again. Please make sure you have your phone in your hand for next week. Okay. And then, and we're going to get cooking right away. Next week's got a lot of stuff I'm going to give you to do, but I just need your phone in your hand. Any questions? No. I'm glad to meet everyone. Is who on this call is going to President's Club? Almost everyone. Okay. Those of you that are going, I'm actually going this year. Casey asked me to go, so I'm going to be doing a mastermind after your business meeting. So hopefully I'll get to meet a bunch of you all in person if you're going. I'm just coming in on Thursday and leaving on Saturday morning. So that will be fun. So everyone, just so you know, that Friday, we're definitely not going to have a call because I think most of this call will be at President's Club. Probably the only other time we might not have a Friday call is, I don't know when July 4th is this year, but sometimes we just take a group vote. If like literally 3/4 of you are going to be gone or, you know, whatever, in a car driving somewhere, we just push it to the next week. But we always do it as democratically as we can. We just take a vote. Okay. Glad to meet all of you all over Zoom. Excited? Is anybody thinking, why did I join this group, or not yet? No one's quitting just yet. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'll see everybody next Friday. Looking forward to it. Have a great week. If you need something, you can text or email us. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Okay? See you guys later.